And now we'll talk more about this with Sergiy Tsivkach, Executive Director of the UkraineInvest. Mr. Tsivkach, greetings and welcome.
Good evening.
So, my first question to you would be as follows. You were in Stockholm at the International Investment Exhibition, which focused on investment opportunities in Ukraine. What is the most promising sector for investment in Ukraine? What is the international community saying about Ukraine? Are they ready to invest?
We were at a specialized event called Tech Arena, and this event is focused on technological investments. So we had an opportunity to bring 4 Ukrainian companies with some technological projects, and attention was huge. There was more than 3,000 people attending. We were also opening conference talking about investment opportunities in Ukraine. So those 4 companies were from IT fintech sector, from agri-processing and construction materials, some latest technologies that were developed in Ukraine. So they had very good interest, and some investors already in touch with them to talk about cooperation. But we as UkraineInvest, we are focused on 5 priorities. These namely are manufacturing of construction materials, agri-processing, green transition of Ukraine and necessary investments for this purpose, also development of logistic sector, and manufacturing of motor vehicles and electric transport. So these are our priorities, and we are working at the moment with investors from throughout the world in order to attract projects to Ukraine.
Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine has started to expand incentives and opportunities for investors. In the first reading, parliamentarians supported the bill that reduces requirements for investment projects with significant investment. How will this improve the investment climate in Ukraine, if it will?
Well, it will definitely improve because it will broaden perspectives for investors. So when this law will pass second reading, investors will be able to get advantage of up to 30% of the capex made, not all from investment projects starting 20 million euros, but from 12 million euros. So that opens doors for medium-sized, small businesses, and that is very important because we need to create working places in Ukraine. Defenders, when they will come back home, they need to have new places to work at, and they have to apply their skills on the ground in cities where they will be coming back. Also, there will be a possibility to start investment project and then apply for state support. At the moment, you have to apply first, get agreement with government, and only then you can start spending money, implementing investments. So, there are a number of very good initiatives that were proposed by us, supported by the government of Ukraine, Ministry of Economy, Prime Minister, and now Parliament of Ukraine is very keen to pass this in second reading as soon as possible.
Mr. Tsivkach, but what are the most famous investors who invested their money in the Ukrainian economy during the full-scale invasion of Ukraine?
We have seen a number of international companies that announced investment plans in Ukraine. These are big brand names, companies like Kingspan, Irish global company. They're leaders in terms of manufacturing of construction materials and energy efficient insulation and metal constructions and things like necessary for construction sector and ultimately for the rebuilding of Ukraine. German company Bayer, they will invest about 60 million euros. Companies like Nestle, Unilever, also Polish company Cerzanit that were supported by UkraineInvest. They already opened a new line. They will produce tiles. And that is also very important for the rebuilding of Ukraine because, as you know, we have more than 40 million square meters of housing alone that was destroyed. And we have a lot of different infrastructure facilities and real estate facilities that were significantly damaged or destroyed in Ukraine. So we need a lot of these examples in Ukraine. This is happening, not an easy environment because of the war, full-scale invasion of Ukraine, but we can see significant interest of Ukrainian and foreign companies, and investments will be going into Ukraine.
And it's really good this is happening, I mean the investments from our partners from abroad. But we know that many international companies have left the Russian market. Is UkraineInvest monitoring them, and to what extent are these companies ready to increase their presence in Ukraine?
Absolutely. We have more than 1,000 companies that stopped operations in Ukraine, but we monitor specifically those that stopped investment plans. So we have about 70 companies in our pipeline, international players. We talk to them constantly about relocating businesses to Ukraine and implementing investment projects in Ukraine. It takes time, it takes effort, but we have good interaction with them, so we hope to have some good and solid results. We are cooperating here with the Ministry of Economy and Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. This is a joint governmental effort while we approaching these companies throughout the world.
And what do you say, maybe what can you say about those international companies that are still doing business in Russia? Why are they still working in the Russian market?
Well, I have my own opinion, probably not as a head of UkraineInvest, but as a Ukrainian. I think that no company has any moral right, to pay taxes to aggressor country that is using these funds to build up its military strength and attack nearby democracy. But at the same time, we understand that some companies may be facing difficulty when they are trying to close business in Russia, because Russian state machine is very aggressive towards them as well. So they can put criminal charges against the managers of those companies and so on. But this process is inevitable. And even those companies that were not happy or ready to leave Russia in 2022, they understand that now they have to do so. So they already begin in planning, and we as Ukraine will be happy to see all of them in our beautiful, free and democratic country.
Mr. Tsivkach, thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for your insights about the investments, both current and future, into Ukrainian economy. This was Sergiy Tsivkach, Executive Director of UkraineInvest. And we continue, more to come.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Latest news, trends, and analytics on all about Ukraine. Like, share, and subscribe. Any questions, proposals, and comments, contact us via email.